you today. Great meal last night here at the Rifugio. 4 courses: soup, pasta, chicken and dessert, and I was stuffed. Went to bed very quickly after that, and I've just noticed that there's a army barracks right at the top of the hill up there. Yeah, went to sleep pretty well. Woke up at about 3 o'clock in the morning and was hot and then cold and hot and cold, and then I started thinking about the track and being able to make it, and it's really based on what the gravel was like yesterday. If it's like that all the time, it's going to be really slow going, and I'm not going to get down the kilometres I need to get up to finishing time. So I need to hope that the gravel is better, and then just maybe try and find a few little shortcuts too. I think my anxiety will be a little bit allayed once the course rolls out, but it's just at the moment it's still a bit worrying. But anyway, I suppose I can always change my flight. Yeah, breakfast time. It's 7 o'clock. I saw last night that the forecast was for 5 degrees overnight, and so I've got my puffer jacket on, but it's much warmer than that. It feels maybe about 10, 11 degrees. So it's relatively comfortable, so I don't think I'll ride with my puffer jacket, which is what I was thinking I might need to do. Yeah, we'll go and have some breakfast, and then I'll see you on the track. So, as I go across the top of the Ligurian Alps, across the Col de Tende, I'm looking down on a lot of hills and the Mediterranean in the distance too. It's actually really close, which is surprising. I think that's the town down, you can just see down there, probably Ventimiglia. It's definitely much more rideable than yesterday, but straight uphill, straight out of the Rifugio. I think I've got about 3 or 4 kilometres climbing. I can see I've got to get up there. I've got to get up the top up there. It's a good view to have if you have to hike a bike. Well, you couldn't ask for a more magic day, really. I had to stop to rest my hands, but no wind, not too hot. I think it's going to get warm though down in the valleys, and the gravel road is better than it was yesterday. There's some spots where I've had to do a bit of hike-a-bike and be very careful going downhill, which is why my hands hurt so much for being on the brakes, but generally it's making some good progress, which is... I just got some awesome news. It's going to save me a bit of time today, which might allow me to push on a little bit further. That's the path behind me there going that way, but I was kept on looking for a turn off to La Brigue, which will bring me into Tende down in the town. So instead of having to go all the way around and then down, it'll just cut me straight down. And these French people have just told me that they've driven up there. They came up in their cars, and I said, "Oh, did you drive up from La Brigue?" And they said, "Yep." So it looks like that there's a road down to La Brigue. So this corner does deserve some footage. You can see the high mountains. I think that might be Tende up there, Col de Tende up there, perhaps. That'll be some good distance I'll be able to make up for the half day lost in Sospel with the rain. More postcards. This is actually a great road down to La Brigue. I'm so thankful that I found those people who were coming up and told me that it was okay to come down. Okay, I'm doing a climb up about 20 lascets to get out of this river valley and essentially get over to the top of the Turini, Col de Turini. So this is going to be a good climb of the day. But I just saw this waterfall as I went past, which looks lovely. This is La Bergue Inférieure. So essentially I've just climbed straight up out of the Roya river valley, which is, I don't know what the elevation is here, but quite a way up. And I'm about to hit a climb, which is off-road for 21 kilometres. So the river crossing. How's this for a lunch spot? the falls and a few rocks to sit on, and time to eat my baguette. I'm getting a little bit tired. About 6 k's to go to the top of the hill, so most of it's done. I just saw 3 guys with bags full of mushrooms, which explains why there's so many cars along this isolated road. Anyway, they looked interesting. The tops look bright red, which always makes me wonder if they're okay or not. It is always a pleasure and a good feeling when you can see sun and sky on the other side of a hill plain, and I get to see the other side over there. So yeah, so I've got still a little bit of climbing to go. It certainly looks empty. Looks like maybe for troops. Looks more significant. So the path goes past the Liberators Monument, and it looks like rubbish, but I've realised what it is actually part of an aeroplane. So there's the landing gear there that I can see, and there's an engine. It looks like it's remembered well. That looks really fresh. They look like in the last couple of days. Dallas Lady, that sounds like an American B-52 bomber or something like that. Let's see what it says over here. Oh yeah, here's the history. On the 12th of September, I can barely read it. Oh, terrible. Okay, not often you see this. Okay, there is no marked track here, and it's just straight up the hillside, so I'm trying to go diagonally across and sort of approximate the GPS track. Man, this is hard. Well, just for my luck, I just got attacked by about 8 or 9 sheepdog. Okay, my Garmin tells me that's the end of the climb, so fingers crossed. I think it's going to be about another 5 or 6 kilometers of this though. If I'd known that, I would have taken the Tienda road all the way to Sospel, which is 32 kilometers, to the 21 kilometers of the Turini, and then roll down into Vesubie. That would have been much easier, but can't do that now. That was absolutely insane. That was about 10 kilometers of really dangerous contouring around on a very indistinct track, carrying a bike.